Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. The Steam Autumn Sale has officially kicked off, and I wanted to rush right to the deep discount section, which features historic lows on some very, very notable games. This is a new section of every Steam sale that Steam has been running, and some of the best deals are a part of the, deep discount section. These aren't the only historic lows, but these are the ones that get prominently featured, and they are at 90% off and 80% off. I haven't even looked at all of the deals. The autumn sale is still rolling out, so Steam's a little bit janky. Hopefully by the time you guys are watching this video, it's gonna be at a much better state. But let's go over some of these historic low deep discount deals. Right off the top, Code Vein is 90% off for $5.99. This is a historic low for Code Vein. The base price of this game still being $59.99 is kind of insane, but I think timing-wise, a great time to offer Code Vein for $5.99 and get more people checking this game out, because Code Vein 2 is coming out in January of next year, and Code Vein is a game that I really dug. Obviously, I'm a sucker for the anime aesthetic. I like my weeb video games, and Code Vein being a Souls-like action game, while that genre really isn't my cup of tea, the anime aesthetics did bring me into it, and I think a lot of people will appreciate the game from that, and if you do like it from that standpoint, definitely not as good as like a From Software Souls-like game. Do not expect something at that caliber, but it is fairly good. It does have a very positive reception, 18,000 reviews, 87% positive, and for $5.99, definitely a good buy there. The Deluxe Edition also on sale for $7.99, which that's a pretty good buy because you do get the Season Pass as well, and some other in-game items and things of that nature. So really great buy there. I would get the Deluxe Edition, 90% off for $7.99 is great. Definitely would recommend that. You got Far Cry Primal, 90% off for $2.99. The Apex Edition is $3.49. I really dug Far Cry Primal back when it came out. I remember when they announced Far Cry Primal, and I totally got why Ubisoft was doing it, because Far Cry 4 was a lot more of the same. I think it was nice for them to give us something that was a little bit of a change of pace. However, still fundamentally at its core, you could tell this is still a Far Cry game. It had the soul and the essence of a Far Cry game with a bit of a setting, a different gameplay mechanics and things of that nature, but again, at its core being Far Cry. For $2.99, again, I think this is a great deal. Apex Edition for $3.49 as well. You get some bonus in-game digital items, in-game items, I should say. I know that's a little bit redundant, but nonetheless, $2.99, $3.49, great buy there. Historic low on that. Transport Fever 2 and 90% off for $3.99. The Deluxe Edition 75% off for $11.99. Really not my cup of tea. The classic transport simulation genre has a new gold standard with Transport Fever 2. Discover a whole new world by navigating transport routes through land, water, and air. May progress and prosperity find their way. 9,400 reviews. This has an 89% positive reception. Control Ultimate Edition is 90% off for $3.99. This was at this price point recently, and I made a big deal about the game getting that cheap recently as well, because it's an awesome deal. Control is fantastic. I often say it's Remedy's best game of all time, and that is my opinion. I think the game is great. I think the story is interesting. I like the gameplay a lot. The visuals are great, and the Ultimate Edition gets you the DLC as well. The connected Remedy world, I don't know how crazy people are about that, with Alan Wake, Control, and all their games, but, from a gameplay standpoint, ambiance, I think Control is really strong, and for $3.99, great pickup there. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 90% off for $2.99, another deal we recently mentioned, and is fantastic, I would say. Definitely a worthwhile pickup. You guys know I've been a sucker for the Tomb Raider games since the 2013 reboot, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, in my opinion, is the best of those games since the reboot. I thought Shadow of the Tomb Raider was really good as well, and Tomb Raider 2013 was excellent, but ROTR expanded the gameplay, expanded the world, had a good story, and overall the gameplay was great. $2.99 on that absolutely stellar deal there. Mafia 3, 90% off for $2.99. The trilogy is 85% off for $8.97. So shout out to the trilogy. That'll get you Mafia 1, Mafia 2, and Mafia 3. You'll get both the definitive edition of Mafia 2 and the original That's a great pickup, and that's what I would recommend. If you already have Mafia 1 and 2, Mafia 3 at $2.99 I still think is a good buy. I still think overall it's a decent experience. It is the game that most people were down on when it comes to the Mafia games, but overall it still has a good story. The voice acting is excellent. The gameplay does get incredibly redundant, but at $2.99 again, I think that's a pretty good price point, all things considered. Old World is 90% off for $3.99, again, a 4X strategy game. Not really my cup of tea. Old World is a revolutionary new historical strategy game where you lead your dynasty over generations of rule against rival kings and queens, wage massive wars, manage your court, and build a dynasty or watch your empire crumble to dust. What legacy will you leave behind? 2,900 reviews, 84% positive for Old World. So you know, if you're into your 4X strategy games, that's something to check out. You've got Elite Dangerous, 90% off for $1.99. The Deluxe Collection, I should say the Deluxe Edition, is $2.49. Open world exploration title. You know, it's one of those games that has been revered for a long time, but again, not really my cup of tea. But if you want to check out a space sim, Elite Dangerous, $1.99 on that. Monster Train is 90% off for $2.49. Really well received game with 11,000 reviews, 96% positive, 86 on Metacritic. Monster Train is a strategic roguelike deck building game with a twist. Set on a train to hell, you'll use your tactical decision making to defend multiple vertical battlegrounds with real-time competitive multiplayer and endless replayability. Monster Train is always on time. Again, really well received, $2.49 for that. You've got 2 Point Campus, 90% off for $2.99. Another game that's been well received, heavily discounted here, 2,300 reviews, 90% positive. Build the university of your dreams with 2 Point Campus, the sim with a twist from the makers of 2 Point Hospital. Build, hire staff, and run an academic institution packed with wild courses. The game came out back in August of 2022, so still not that old. Does have some DLC available, so keep that in mind. And you can buy the Brainy Bundle for $14.75. Sniper Elite 5, 90% off for $2.99. I've always enjoyed the Sniper Elite games, man. I don't think they're blowaway titles, but you got some gruesome kills, some great visuals, and overall a fun time to be had. The base game here, $4.99. Deluxe is $15.99. Complete is $29.92, so that is quite expensive. But yeah, Sniper Elite 5, again, you want to take off some gruesome kills, have a fun time with it. I think it's a good time, all things considered, and for $4.99, a pretty good buy there. GreedFall is 90% off for $3.49. GreedFall 2, The Dying World, is in early access right now. This is very much a AA RPG. It is not blowaway, but I had a decent time with it. Like, if you go into it with your expectations in check, I actually think there's a decent time to be had with GreedFall, so at this price point, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Expect, you know, a bit of jankiness to it. That's what you got to expect with a Spiders RPG. But yeah, pretty fun time, all things considered. Desperados 3, 90% off for $3.99. Shout out to Mimimi Games, one of the most underrated studios on planet Earth. Unfortunately, they don't make games anymore, but they made 3 absolute bangers with Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, Shadow, Gambit, Cursed Crew, and Desperados 3. Desperados 3 had a great Wild Western theme to it, and it is a real-time tactics game and a tactical strategy title. Not going to be for everyone, but if you like the setting, you can have a great time with it. 3,900 reviews, 96% positive, and 86 on Metacritic. Very, very well done Western tactics game, so check that out for $3.99. South Park: The Fractured But Whole, base game is $2.99, gold edition is $7.49. Stick of Truth was one of the deep discounts recently, and or one of the previous sales, and this is a fantastic buy as well. I didn't enjoy it as much as Stick of Truth, but I think Stick of Truth was one of those games that kind of caught me off guard, and the wow factor to it, being shocked by how good it was, made me enjoy that game even more. Fractured But Whole, I knew it was going to be pretty good, and it was. If you're a fan of South Park, you'll probably enjoy it even more than me. Like, I'm not a big South Park guy, but I had a great time with these games. $2.99 on that is great. Doom Eternal, $3.99 on that. Excellent deal on Doom Eternal. The deluxe edition is $17.50, so that's quite a bit more expensive, but man, the base game for $3.99 is excellent. Over-the-top, fast-paced action FPS. You know, I've enjoyed all the Doom games since Doom 2016. Eternal, no different. Great pickup there. Haven, 90% off for $2.49. This is a low-key banger. Guys, check this game out, especially if you have a significant other to play games with. I know, do significant others grow on trees? No, they don't, but if you're lucky enough to have one, this is a great game for, you know, a co-op game that if you have a significant significant other that's not super into video games, they can get into it. They'll get into the story, the ambiance, art direction, all that is great. It's a feel-good kind of game, so $249 on that is excellent. And then, yeah, that might be one of the best deals in this entire sale. $249, that is excellent. But that is going to do it for me. Again, those are just the deep discount sales. Tons of other deals that I will go through. You guys got to give me some time on that, but wanted to get this video out. Haven is the one that I would recommend. $249 on that is awesome. That's a good feel-good game, really relaxing, good story, and even, you know, if you got to play it solo, it's a good time solo as well. So give that a shot. I think a lot of you guys will be pleasantly surprised by that. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.